Sweet surrender. Strange idea, isn't it? Surrender. It seems very weak. But surrender is an incredibly important part of our mindful practice. And just like feeling your breath, it's the only one you need. And actually you'll find as your practice gets deeper, it will just, that's what it is. It's just all surrender. Everything's about surrender. And letting go. And letting things be as they are. Wow. And that can seem like a very weak thing to do to that sort of mind, language, logical intelligence. I've got to fight. I've got to resist. I'd be powerless if I surrendered. But in truth, the exact opposite is true. How often is that the case? Because when we surrender to now. We haven't got to surrender to anything else. We haven't got to surrender to what we think might happen or what has happened or what should have happened. We've got to surrender to the present moment, because the present moment is all that there is. So you only got to surrender to what's here and what's real. You haven't got to surrender to what's going on in your head. Yeah, sometimes pain arises in the now. I'm not pretending otherwise. It does. But there's a certain wisdom in surrender. Because now already is. It is already. There's a certain inevitability in now. It's already arrived. It is as it is. Because it is. Already. So, fighting that is pretty pointless, isn't it? You could resist the noise of the people in the corridor there, but what's the point? It's gone now. We accept what is, because it is. Does that seem sensible? Wanting it not to be is pointless and painful. If you're stuck in a traffic jam, you've got two choices. You can be stuck in a traffic jam, or you can be pissed off and stuck in a traffic jam. The pissed offness is the prize for your resistance.
I was on the way here.
There we go. Did you surrender? There you go. Oh, I can cover that.
That's what happens out when you surrender. You can choose. You can see it. You clear apart.
Absolutely.
I don't like being there.
But Barry's absolutely right. It opens up another possibility. Because it's in a strange. The moment you kind of let go of your resistance, something happens. But we'll come to that. So surrendering to now is the only intelligent thing to do. And by surrendering to now, we free ourselves of the pain of our resistance to now. Now, surrender doesn't mean to say that you don't take action. You can take action, but you take right action. Buddhists talk about right action. Right action is an action that arises from a place of surrender. Okay? I am stuck in the mud. I surrender to that. Beating myself up, shouldn't have got stuck in the mud, mud shouldn't have been there, should have been signs, It's not helping me get out of the mud. In fact, it's taking my energy that I could be using to get out of the mud. So, okay, I stepped in the mud, how silly of me, I surrender, and I do this to get out of it, I do that to get out of it. So you can take action, but it's about taking right action. So that's taken from a place of surrender rather than a place of resistance. So right action is actually a very, very powerful response because it's based upon what is rather than what isn't. All the time we were resisting reality. I've got this plan, this is how it should go. And then we're kind of blinding ourselves to all of the other possibilities. If something doesn't go the way that we planned it, then clearly the plan is wrong, isn't it? Change the damn thing. Adapt it. Don't get angry at the world because it's not conforming to your plan. Always energetically brings back more problems. Notice that? You're fighting reality. You're kind of... What energy are you putting out? It's resistance. It's very closed. You're not open, as Barry says, to other possibilities. Because what that act of surrender allows you... What allows to happen is it allows other possibilities to come in that weren't part of your plan. So it's actually a very intelligent, very creative, very fluid, productive way of living. As a kid I was taught, if at first you don't succeed, try again. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? If you don't succeed, try doing it differently. Try another way, try something else, but don't keep resisting reality. And sometimes it's not what we think we want, but it is as it is. And all the time we're fighting what's here, we're blocking ourselves to all the other possibilities. And this is actually how evolution works. It works by realising that you get things wrong. It's a series of mistakes. That's how evolution works. One mistake after another. And each mistake informing the development. So if what you thought isn't, great. You've learnt. We don't fight that. Don't resist it. Defend our wrongness. Fight reality. Because I think you'll find reality is already won. It's an incredibly powerful force. You're fighting the same energy that created everything. The source of all creation. And our mind is saying, I know best. Reality's wrong. No wonder we suffer. Yes, I am the master of the universe, and I think you'll find it should go this way. The arrogance is staggering, isn't it? So we flow with life. We flow with life. If life isn't responding to your will, then you push this direction. Ebb and flow. And we are in a very, very rapidly changing world. Nobody can predict what is going to happen. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Wouldn't it be awful if you knew? The people that will come out of this best are the ones who adapt and change according to the circumstances that present themselves in the now. Not the people who are still living in a past world, stuck in what was, and things have changed, they're moving on. So the people that will do best will be the ones who adapt and change and flow according to reality. And that's how evolution works. That's how you're supposed to work. It's supposed to evolve according to your circumstances.